Alright, let us now review this manual. Feels a shame to open this up, but we gotta do it. It's confidential. Everything is all in, of course, Japanese and in English. What if the Gundam really existed? That's a nice little beginning here. Cool little setup here. Don't know if this is actually the kit or a CG representation of it being serviced. Like I mentioned before, anybody could probably take this kit and make a diorama version of it. The pages are nice and thick. Oh my god. We have the kit here and then all its glory. I guess even though I was reviewing the parts, I didn't notice that there is two-tone white color tones, so we will discuss that about about the colors in a moment. We're seeing all the gimmicks that it shows here. The linear drive that's inside the Nu Gundam, the ability to pop open the fingers so you could fire the little dummy mechs, which I believe a few years ago Bandai did release those old dummy mechs, like a plush. I don't know if it was either a plushie or a blow-up doll or something. I mean, it would have been nice if it was available now and you could use that. Remember the part of the feet where it had those little clamps that clamp onto to the asteroid. The funnels, of course, the shield, beam saber, beam rifle, bazooka, and then of course the exact height of how it would look if you want to put it right next to the RX-78-2 Unleashed version. And then we have the kit showing the inside, of course, all the plating, metal parts, things like that. I must have overlooked that sheet. It may be in here, but it must be in maybe it's in the decal one. I didn't see that. This one here is the green color, which supposedly goes in there, and you have a choice between the red and the green. Then you have the plating, the stickers, the wiring, and then the illumination for the LED lights, which I would love to talk about that in detail. Oh, did I miss a page? Oh no, it's just that. That's just a page right there. All right. Now we get to the nitty gritty of the parts. Clearly, I don't think there's at least no X's here anywhere. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. I may have missed one. No, there's more. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77 sprues. And me saying that there's no X's here, I'm going back to the previous page. Apparently you do get another clear part for the beam saber effect part, so clearly it was probably because of the mold. Maybe this is the same, since I have not built it, maybe this is part of the assembly for the mold for the RX-78 too, and they're using it for the, an extra beam saber. And there's an X here, which I don't know what that is, but that could be because this is also another mold from the base. Oh, went too fast. We'll go to the next page here. All right, and then of course how to use the sticker sheets and all that stuff. Obviously the stickers is for the detailing, not for markings. The marking is actually the water slide decals. Okay. So we have here an illustration of where to put the all the parts, what you need. Oh, okay, good. It's dividing it up in sections and telling you what plate you need for what parts, or for what area of the kit. And that's for the inner frame, and then obviously for the outer frame as well, and then of course the funnels. And cool, it's beginning with the base itself, how to put in the luminous packaging for this kit. You have the battery pack that goes through all that, the cover, the assembly of the base stand, and how to connect it up to that. Okay, so that the square plate goes there because, like I said, this was the base that I remember when we had to use it for the unicorn when I was holding up the other weaponry. Okay. So that was phase 1. Phase 2, assembly of the internal frame, beginning with the legs. Okay. So a lot of layering here, going from the connection to the joint that goes into the waist unit, and then the knee joints, calf armor. You're building the inner frame, so you're not building the whole thing. So it's good to see that they're focusing on that. This part of there's a lot of parts here for the foot. And then, wow, going all the way there with the leg, and then all the way up, and then assemble that, and that's the right leg. Obviously, I don't know why. It's understandable because the right and left legs are two different types of parts in certain aspects. Maybe I could be wrong, but you're going to see a repeat of this on both sides. Then we have the waist unit right here. How to connect all the parts there. Waist unit. Okay, and then the skirt armor. How to open positioning up the waist, because I know that there's a weird way of certain kits how to open and close, and how to position the legs, and how to position whatever. And then put the legs together on this, and how to put the skirt armor. And then the assembly of the chest, which of course, if you have the lighting system, where to put the wiring and how to finagle with it. We have the wiring here that connects up to the neck, which I'm assuming is for the lighting up the eyes. It's not, I'm not seeing that it goes through. Okay, so the light goes up, but it doesn't go out. I thought maybe it was I guess, oh, okay. Maybe it's a little switch type thing. Just trying to see how that works. Then we have the chest unit, and I think you have a choice between the standard or the green. And then of course, the wiring, you need to cut it in the right place, cut the right wiring for the blue and the red, and to give it a detailed look to it. And, then have finagling the wire, because all the wiring is going to be inside that chest area. For the, I'm just trying to figure how this will work for me. Okay. I was thinking of how I was going to do the wiring. I thought it was going to be all 5-string wiring, but I think there's I don't have the connection here that you can do, male and female connectors. I purchased one for when I was building the Ginga, and the connectors were very, very thick, and depending on the spacing, I think I'm going to need to look into getting like the smaller ones, like these, that will allow me to connect them properly, because the big ones takes up a lot of space on. Maybe this kit is big enough for it, I don't know. We'll figure this out as I review. Continuing the assembly of the inner frame, the chest part, the open canopy to look inside, and then that's it. That connects over to the torso, waist to the torso. Then we have the arms. Now this one of course is two types of assembly there, because one arm is not the same as the other. First you build, I guess, the shoulders. The shoulders are easy to do because they're universal on one side or the other. But it's when you get below the what do you call it, the bicep armor, or the bicep itself. Both the left and right are two different things right there. There's a lot of wiring that needs to be done here. I can't believe that. Wow. I wasn't prepared for that. I'm kind of thinking, how am I going to do this and paint it as well? There's certain aspects of this build that is going to test my painting skills and my patience skills. So we have the assembly of the hands, both the parts forming hands and then the manipulator hands. I guess that's later because I don't see that in this page. And then you connect it to the body. And then the next part is the assembly of the head. And we are halfway through the manual. I don't see no light source that goes to the head. I believe that light that goes through the neck illuminates the head. Interesting. I didn't think about that. It would have been nice if there was a light bulb inside the head, because I don't know how strong the light is going to be. Again, we'll test that out. Then the assembly of the backpack, the back frame as they refer to it. And then you put the backpack on, and then there you go. Now the inner frame of the RX-93 is complete on this page. Now we begin with the assembly of the armor. So this page focuses on that. The next page focuses on the waist armor and the little decal sheets, the sticker decal sheets, the reflected ones. Chest armor parts, of course. That's going to be fun, especially those vents, and then the metal parts. And then we go to the armor parts for the arms. Amazing. The beam saber hilt that goes on the other arm. Then the assembly of the head armor. I was impressed to see that even the V-fin had inner frame for the V-fin. Then the backpack. And this is where I'm going to say this. Okay, you have the parts to make this. But hopefully, Bandai will release another set of V-fins. Oh, it's not V-fins. Of, what do you call it? Funnels. And the connector to the funnels. So you could do a double funnel, a double funnel set for this. That's going to be down the road. That's another P Bandai exclusive right there. You know that. Not a regular release. And then you have the assembly, then how to connect the wiring to the kit. And then put the backpack on it. And there you have, the kit is now done. Whew. Now we get to the weaponry. The beam rifle itself is sick. So many layers of parts for that beam rifle. I was pretty impressed with that. The shield is also another beast on its own. The bazooka is the one that I'm more fond with, because not only are you building this bazooka, but you're also building, I don't know if we may have missed it in the previous pages, the assembly of some sort of grappling arm or manipulator arm to hold the bazooka. Here's the assembly of the hands. Alright, there we go. We have the fingers here. And I think there's that feature that you can actually open up the little nails to fire the little thingies out. How to put the beam rifle on the kit. And you have both hands to be either both left and right arm. Left and right hand, I'm sorry. To hold the beam rifle. How to connect the shield to the left arm. More detailed parts of the shield, how to expand it and open it, the missiles, the hyper bazooka, whether you want to have it connect. Hyper bazooka is another beast because you can actually open and close that up. The actual rockets that's on the bazooka, how to store it in the backpack, and then the manipulator arm to flip it around and use it as a support weapon. While you have your arm. I like this part. This actually is my best. This is my favorite part of the kit. I'm surprised. I'm hoping to see that now that we have the option part sets for the Nu Gundam real grade, somebody's probably going to end up doing exactly this on that kit. I know somebody's going to do that. And if I get my hands on it, maybe I'll do it. And then the assembly of the beam saber effect. Put it and be held on here, and then the gimmicks on opening the hatch, opening the head hatches, the waist hatches, the shoulder and arm hatches, the leg hatches, all the hatches. And then the final part of this, the final phase, I don't know if this is the final phase, the assembly of the funnels times 6. So Yeah, I haven't even counted the parts here. Somebody said it was 80 per funnel. I could be wrong. The weight on this funnel must be going to be crazy, but that's why you have that little extended support part to hold it up. Supposedly they say they fixed that. Somebody showed it online that they fixed this. We're definitely going to test this out. And then, of course, how it would look like with all the features. You have to get this stand, which should be available, easy, to hold up the funnel set, to do this effect right there. Opening hatch sequence, how it looks. Our color guide. How the kit would look like already painted. And then how the kit is not only look painted, but also the placement of all the water slide decals. Oh my god. I don't smoke, but now I understand why you need a cigarette after looking at all this. I must say, this is insane, what I'm about to do. However, that concludes reviewing this manual, but now, let's talk about the painting.